Have you made people yet? Have you made? Oh, yeah. You wait. I've made my own people. And I'm their leader.
When people tell me how to parent,
I get crazy. 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 I get
I really want to dispel the notion that because you are not a parent yet, that you cannot speak on the things of being a parent. And I know some of y'all are going to disagree, but hear me out. You see, parenting starts parenting starts as soon as you come into consciousness. As soon as you realize that you are existing. What do I mean when I say this? Soon as you come into consciousness, you are realizing the things that are going on around you, right? The way you're being raised, the way that you are being conditioned, the environment that you are being conditioned in. All of these things are being impressed upon you, right? So if all of these things are being impressed upon you, that is where you are beginning to cultivate identity and an understanding of the world around you, right? We take this understanding of life and the world around us, and we cultivate a philosophy on how we're going to live and how we're going to raise our children and XYZ, right? So now that we understand that parenting starts, before we even have our first child, I'm going to go into a personal story real quick, right? So I'm 30. You're going to want to hear this one, right? And because I don't tell anybody this. I don't put this out on in public platforms or anything. But I'm 30 years old. And as of today, I should have a 12-year-old going on 13 this year, right? High school, right? Yes, I chose not to have it, right? Now, with that, there is no way that you can tell me that an 18-year-old me, or let's give myself some years of experience in parenting. Let's say I was 25 and I had a 7-year-old, right? There is no way that you can tell me that a 25-year-old me can impart more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and be able to take care of financially a child. There's no way that you can tell me that I can take care of a child better at 25 than I would today at 30. There's no way that you can explain that and tell me that, right? I've grown so much since then. There's so much things that I would not have imparted into my child back then that I will impart into my child today, right? And when it comes to parenting, if you have certain understandings about people and how they operate, then it'll help you as a parent, right? So if you know that your child is going into middle school from elementary school, right? Because our job as parents is to make sure that our children are well equipped for the world that they're about to face. So every time that there's a new step in a new phase in life for our children, we need to make sure that we are informing them about what to expect, right? But one of the big jumps is from elementary school to middle school. If you know that what was going on in middle school, if you know what was going on in middle school, right? Sex, getting head in the classrooms, or all of those different types of things, right? Drugs, kids started smoking and bringing drugs to school. That these things are going on, right? As a parent, your job is to inform them and let them know, hey, look, this is what you're going to experience. I know that kids are going to be having sex in school, right? And they're going to be having conversations about it. They're also going to be doing drugs as well. These are the different types of drugs out there. I know that I'm aware of, and this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a point in your life that you are going to have to make a decision that I'm not there, right? I'm not going to be able to help you make the right decision. It's going to be all on you. Now, look, you can make this decision, right? Or you can make this decision. This is the consequences for decision A. This is the consequences for decision B, right? Now, you are going to have to live with these consequences, right? I'm being straight up, real, raw, and honest with you. You're going to have to live. This is me explaining it to a child. You're going to have to live with the consequences. I've already explained to you all of the consequences. I've already explained to you what you can expect, right? So now It's up to you to make those proper decisions, right? And so what I'm getting at, guys, and explaining all of this is parenting is not something that you just, you become great at it as you're doing it. Of course, you learn things as you're parenting. I understand that. There's certain things that you learn that you wouldn't have learned, right? But as it pertains to the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the finances that you can impart on that child, you're miles away from, like, some people just don't understand how important it is that you raise a child to think logically, to think sound, to make good decisions. And people are just raising children thinking that they're going to do what the children are going to do what they say. No, the children are going to do what you do. Right. And it's like these type of things that you understand, that you got to understand to be a good parent. You know what I mean? And so it's like a lot of people are having children. Children are having children today. So many children are having children, don't understand exactly the ramifications, don't understand the consequences of bringing a child into the world under the conditions that they're going to bring the child into the world in. Right? And they think it's just, okay, well, we'll find a way. That is no way to bring a child into the world. Right? But not to rant here, guys. My point is, there's certain things that you pick up as a mature adult at 30, 35, 40, that I would rather be born to a 40-year-old wise parent than a 20-year-old immature parent. It's just crazy. So what I'm getting at is, it's a lot of people who may have not had a quality upbringing that are saying, hey, you can't tell me how to raise my kids because you didn't have a child, because you don't have a child yet. There's people out there saying these things. You can't tell me how to raise my child. You don't have children. Well, guess what? Maybe my knowledge, my wisdom, my understanding, or someone else's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding can help you to do something that you are not aware of right now, because we suffer from lack of awareness and information. So maybe my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding can help you out. If you can just hear me out. Just because I don't have a child don't mean I don't know that the important and the essentials to growing and raising a human being. Right? Because I was raised before. I was conditioned a certain way. All right. I know what worked for me. Right? People gave me words of affirmation as I was growing up. Right? When I was growing up in the church, people, hey, man, I know you're going to make it, man. Don't forget the little people. All of these different things. Oh, man, you got D1 talent, man. You need to, stay focused. Oh, man, you could go to this school. You can go to that school. Man, all of these words of affirmation that was given to me by people helped me become a better human being. Because I now was feeling like, oh, man, I got potential. I can do things. I can make things happen. Right? And all of these things built me up to accomplish the things that I've accomplished at this point. Right? I set goals for myself. And every time I set goals for myself, I accomplish them. Why? Because I have self-esteem. I have self-confidence. How did I get self-confidence? How did I get self-esteem? Outside of just doing things, outside of the fact that you build self-confidence and self-esteem by doing and getting better at doing and tweaking what you are doing and getting better at that, you have to be built up inside to be and have the courage to do. And where does that come from? Parenting, your conditioning, the people around you. So guys, just hear me out here. Like you can't tell someone that just because they don't have a child that they can't teach you something about parenting. Because maybe the information that you shun could be the information that can change you and your child's life. But look, that's all I got on this one. Man, make sure y'all drop y'all comments in the comment section. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this one. Right? Am I tripping? Me as not being a parent, or someone who's not a parent, can they have any type of say so in how a child is being, and can they do they have the right to give a little bit of input or give input to a parent on how to raise a child? Am I tripping? I might be tripping. So I just want to hear from you guys. All right. But let me know your thoughts. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and salute.